Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Have you ever been told that you're too cold or emotionally distant? Or maybe you've worked hard to detach from things that cause you stress, only to be accused of being indifferent. The truth is, emotional detachment and indifference are not the same. In fact, mastering emotional detachment can be one of the most powerful tools for a healthier, happier life. But what does it really mean to be emotionally detached? And how can you practice it without losing the ability to care for others? Today, we are going to uncover 6 secret tips on why emotional detachment is not the same as indifference, and how mastering this skill can improve your relationships, mental well-being, and overall happiness. The power of emotional detachment. We live in a world where emotional overwhelm is common. Whether it's relationships, work stress, or social media conflicts, we are constantly exposed to situations that trigger our emotions. Many of us take on unnecessary emotional burdens, feeling responsible for things beyond our control. But what if you could approach life with clarity and composure without becoming cold or distant? That's where emotional detachment plays a crucial role. Emotional detachment is not about shutting people out or ignoring emotions. It's about developing self-awareness and emotional balance. It allows you to make decisions with clarity, avoid unnecessary stress, and maintain peace of mind while still caring for others. On the other hand, indifference means complete disengagement, where a person no longer cares about the outcome of a situation or the feelings of others. The key difference is that emotional detachment is an intentional practice of self-preservation, while indifference is emotional withdrawal. Why people confuse detachment with indifference? One of the most common misconceptions is that emotionally detached people are unkind or insensitive. In reality, emotionally detached individuals are often the ones who care deeply but have learned to manage their emotions wisely. They recognize that they cannot control every situation, nor should they let external circumstances dictate their mental and emotional well-being. For example, consider a situation where someone criticizes you unfairly. A person practicing emotional detachment will acknowledge the criticism, assess its validity, and respond rationally. They won't allow the negativity to consume them. In contrast, an indifferent person wouldn't care about the criticism at all, disregarding both the feedback and the person delivering it. Emotional detachment helps you maintain perspective, while indifference creates emotional walls. The benefits of emotional detachment. Learning to detach emotionally doesn't mean you lose connection with others. It means you gain control over your responses. Here's how emotional detachment can improve your life. Better emotional regulation. You are no longer controlled by impulsive emotional reactions. Increased mental clarity. You can make decisions without being clouded by excessive emotional baggage. Healthier relationships. You engage with others from a place of balance rather than emotional overwhelm. Stronger boundaries. You learn to say no without guilt, protecting your energy from emotional exhaustion. Inner peace. You stop absorbing negativity and free yourself from unnecessary stress. The beauty of emotional detachment is that it allows you to function at your best, engage meaningfully with others, and focus on what truly matters. What's coming up in this video? In this video, we'll explore 6 powerful strategies to master emotional detachment in a way that enhances your life rather than making you seem uncaring. You'll discover practical techniques to create emotional resilience, establish stronger boundaries, and maintain a calm mindset even in challenging situations. If you're someone who feels emotionally drained, struggles with overthinking, or wants to maintain peace without disconnecting from loved ones, this video is for you. Get ready to transform the way you manage your emotions and interactions. Let's get started. Number 1, emotional detachment versus indifference. Understanding the key difference. When we talk about emotional detachment, Many people often confuse it with indifference or coldness. It's essential to understand the fundamental difference between the two, as this distinction can have a significant impact on your relationships, mental well-being, and emotional resilience. Emotional detachment is the ability to separate yourself emotionally from a situation or a person while still caring for them. It's about managing your emotions and not allowing them to control your thoughts and behavior. Emotional detachment helps you stay grounded and balanced, even when faced with stress or emotional challenges. This practice doesn't mean you become numb or disengage. It means you become intentional about how you respond to your emotions and external triggers. For example, if a close friend is upset and lashes out at you, emotional detachment allows you to remain calm. You can still empathize with your friend's struggles, but without letting their anger affect your sense of self-worth or control your actions. Emotional detachment allows you to process the situation logically, recognizing that their emotions are about their situation, not necessarily a reflection of your relationship. On the other hand, indifference is the complete disengagement from emotional involvement. When someone is indifferent, they neither care for others nor feel invested in outcomes or relationships. Indifference often stems from emotional exhaustion, apathy, or a defense mechanism to avoid pain. Unlike emotional detachment, which promotes clarity and peace, indifference can lead to isolation, bitterness, and a lack of meaningful connection with others. While emotional detachment is a healthy way to maintain emotional balance, indifference can leave you feeling disconnected and emotionally flat. For example, if the same friend who lashed out at you is met with indifference, you might respond with complete disregard for their feelings, thinking, "It doesn't matter to me." This creates a gap in the relationship and may hurt the other person. Whereas with emotional detachment, you could still care about the friend's well-being, but choose not to internalize their negative emotions or reactions. The key difference lies in the intention behind the response. Emotional detachment is about self-preservation. It allows you to protect your emotional health without withdrawing from life and relationships. It enables you to care for others while maintaining your own peace. Indifference, however, is an absence of care or concern, often leading to apathy or emotional disconnection. Understanding this difference can be liberating. Many of us are taught that being emotionally engaged means feeling everything, every time, to the fullest extent. However, by practicing emotional detachment, you learn that it is possible to be deeply compassionate without losing yourself to others' emotions or external circumstances. In this section, we'll explore how emotional detachment can help you maintain your mental and emotional health in all areas of your life, from relationships to work and beyond. We'll also dive deeper into how to practice emotional detachment without slipping into indifference, and how this balanced approach can lead to healthier, more fulfilling connections with others. Number 2, becoming an observer of your emotions, the power of reflection. Emotions are powerful forces, often driving us to make decisions that we later regret. From anger to joy, sadness to excitement, our emotional responses can sometimes overwhelm us, dictating our actions and thoughts in ways that we don't always want. One of the most powerful tools for mastering emotional detachment is the ability to become an observer of your emotions rather than allowing yourself to be consumed by them. This practice of detachment helps you maintain clarity and control even in emotionally charged situations. Being an observer of your emotions means stepping outside of yourself, creating space between what you feel and how you act. Instead of automatically reacting to emotions like anger or frustration, you take a moment to pause and reflect. You acknowledge the emotion without judgment, recognizing that it's just a natural part of being human. By doing this, you can create a sense of calm and balance, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. When an emotion arises, it's easy to think of it as something that defines you. I am angry, or I am upset. But by observing the emotion, you realize that emotions are temporary states, not permanent aspects of your identity. You can say, I am experiencing anger, rather than defining yourself by the emotion itself. This subtle shift allows you to maintain control over how you respond, reducing the likelihood of acting out of frustration or distress. For example, if you're in a conversation and someone says something that triggers a negative reaction, you can practice emotional detachment by stepping back mentally. Instead of immediately reacting with defensiveness or aggression, you pause and observe your emotions. Why do I feel this way? What triggered this response? By observing the emotion, you gain insight into your own reactions and can make a more rational and controlled response. This approach is particularly useful in challenging situations like heated debates, stressful work environments, or even personal conflicts. By learning to observe your emotions, you can create space to respond with intention rather than just reacting emotionally. It helps you avoid making decisions driven solely by feelings, which can sometimes lead to regret. In this section, we'll explore techniques for cultivating this observing mindset. Practices like mindfulness, deep breathing, and journaling can help you become more aware of your emotions and develop the ability to step back before reacting. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you'll improve your emotional resilience, allowing you to handle situations with a clear mind and a balanced heart. Becoming an observer of your emotions isn't about suppressing or ignoring them. It's about recognizing them as temporary states that don't have to control you. This awareness empowers you to maintain a sense of peace and balance, even in the face of emotional challenges. By detaching from the automatic urge to react, you reclaim control over your emotional responses, leading to healthier and more thoughtful interactions in all aspects of life. Number 3, letting go of control, a Stoic approach to emotional balance. One of the core tenets of Stoic philosophy is the recognition that there are things we can control and things we cannot. Emotional detachment is deeply aligned with this Stoic principle, teaching us to focus our energy on what is within our control, our thoughts, attitudes, and responses, while letting go of the need to control everything around us. By doing so, we gain emotional freedom and inner peace. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This perspective is powerful when it comes to emotional detachment. Many of us waste energy trying to control people, situations, or outcomes, only to find that this pursuit leads to frustration, stress, and anxiety. However, when we embrace the Stoic philosophy of acceptance, we let go of the need for control, allowing ourselves to navigate life with greater resilience and ease. In practice, emotional detachment involves recognizing that not everything in life is within your control. For example, you cannot control how people behave or how they respond to you. You cannot control the weather, the economy, or unexpected events, but you can control how you respond to these situations. By focusing on your reactions and letting go of the need to control external circumstances, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil. This is where the concept of acceptance comes in. Emotional detachment requires you to accept that life is inherently unpredictable and that we are often powerless over external events. The key is to accept things as they are rather than resisting them. For example, if a colleague criticizes your work, you may not be able to control their opinion or actions, but you can choose to accept their feedback, assess it objectively, and decide how to respond. You don't have to react emotionally or feel personally attacked. Instead, you can choose to maintain your peace by controlling your response. By letting go of the need for control, you also reduce the emotional burden of trying to force situations into your desired outcome. This freedom from control creates a sense of emotional resilience, allowing you to face life's challenges with equanimity and grace. When we release our attachment to outcomes, we open ourselves up to greater peace and emotional balance. This section will explore how to apply Stoic principles to everyday life, particularly in relation to emotional detachment. We'll discuss the power of focusing on what you can control, letting go of unrealistic expectations, and embracing acceptance. By incorporating these Stoic teachings into your daily routine, you can develop greater emotional resilience and achieve a more balanced, peaceful life. Number 4, setting healthy emotional boundaries, protecting your inner peace. One of the most important aspects of emotional detachment is the ability to set and maintain healthy emotional boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting your emotional well-being and ensuring that you don't become overwhelmed or drained by the emotions of others. They allow you to engage with people and situations without sacrificing your mental and emotional health. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish or distant. It's about recognizing your limits and understanding that you cannot give to others from an empty cup. Healthy boundaries help you manage the energy you expend in relationships, ensuring that you can still show up for others without losing yourself in the process. Emotional detachment allows you to recognize when your boundaries are being pushed and gives you the strength to assert yourself when necessary. For example, if a friend constantly vents to you without considering your own emotional needs, it can be draining. Practicing emotional detachment means recognizing when it's time to set a boundary. You might say, "I care about you, but I can't take on any more of your emotional stress right now. Let's talk about something else." By setting this boundary, you protect your emotional energy while still maintaining the relationship. Healthy boundaries are crucial in all relationships, whether they're personal or professional. Without boundaries, it's easy to become emotionally overwhelmed, stressed, or even resentful. Learning to say no without guilt, prioritizing your own needs, and protecting your emotional space are all essential components of emotional detachment. This section will delve into strategies for setting and maintaining healthy emotional boundaries. We'll explore the importance of clear communication, the power of self-awareness, and the need for assertiveness. We'll also discuss how to recognize when your boundaries are being crossed and how to navigate those situations with grace and clarity. By practicing emotional detachment through healthy boundaries, you empower yourself to engage in relationships from a place of strength and balance. You no longer have to sacrifice your emotional well-being for the sake of others. Instead, you can interact with others in a way that is compassionate, caring, and emotionally sustainable. Number 5, the role of mindfulness and self-reflection in emotional detachment. Mindfulness and self-reflection are two powerful practices that can help you master emotional detachment. Mindfulness involves being present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations in the current moment. It allows you to observe your emotions without judgment, giving you the space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Self-reflection is the process of looking inward to examine your emotional patterns, triggers, and responses. It involves asking yourself questions like, why did I react that way? What was I really feeling? What can I learn from this situation? By engaging in regular self-reflection, you can become more aware of your emotional habits and begin to identify areas where emotional detachment can be helpful. Together, mindfulness and self-reflection create a powerful toolkit for emotional detachment. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present moment, allowing you to detach from automatic emotional reactions. Self-reflection allows you to gain insight into your emotional triggers and responses, helping you learn how to detach from emotions that don't serve you. For example, if you find yourself getting frustrated with a coworker, mindfulness allows you to pause and notice that frustration before reacting. Self-reflection afterward helps you understand what triggered the frustration and whether it's something you can control. By regularly practicing both mindfulness and self-reflection, you can develop the emotional resilience to detach from unhelpful emotions and respond in a calm and balanced manner. This section will explore practical techniques for incorporating mindfulness and self-reflection into your daily routine. We'll look at practices like meditation, deep breathing exercises, and journalists to help you become more aware of your emotional state and strengthen your ability to detach from strong feelings. Number 6, embracing reality, reducing expectations to cultivate inner peace. One of the most powerful ways to practice emotional detachment is by reducing expectations. Many of us place expectations on people, situations, and even ourselves, believing that things should unfold in a certain way. When these expectations aren't met, we often experience frustration, disappointment, or resentment. By reducing our expectations and embracing life as it is, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and emotional balance. Emotional detachment encourages us to let go of unrealistic expectations and accept life's inherent unpredictability. For example, if you expect your partner to always know how you're feeling or to fulfill all your emotional needs, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Instead, by accepting that no one can read your mind or meet every need, you can let go of that expectation and approach relationships with more realistic, open-minded thinking. By reducing expectations, you also free yourself from the emotional stress that comes with unmet desires. Instead of becoming upset when things don't go according to plan, you can accept that life is unpredictable and focus on what you can control, your reactions. This doesn't mean resigning yourself to apathy or inaction. It means embracing life's uncertainties with greater flexibility and peace of mind. In this section, we'll explore how reducing expectations can help you cultivate emotional detachment and inner peace. We'll discuss the importance of accepting reality and releasing attachment to outcomes. By embracing life as it is, you can let go of the frustration that comes with unmet expectations and find contentment in the present moment. Conclusion: emotional detachment is not about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about gaining control over your emotions, reducing stress, and creating space for healthier, more meaningful connections. By learning to observe your emotions, let go of the need for control, set healthy boundaries, and practice mindfulness, you can build emotional resilience and maintain inner peace, even in the most challenging situations. Remember, emotional detachment allows you to care for others deeply without becoming overwhelmed or losing yourself in the process. It's about finding balance, setting boundaries, and responding thoughtfully to the emotions and challenges life throws at you. As we've explored, it's the ability to detach that empowers you to stay grounded and live a life that aligns with your values and mental well-being. If you're ready to master emotional detachment and improve your relationships, mental health, and overall happiness, now is the perfect time to start practicing the strategies we've discussed. It takes time and patience, but with consistent effort, you'll notice significant improvements in how you respond to emotional triggers and how you navigate daily challenges. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content on Stoicism, emotional resilience, and practical wisdom for living a balanced and fulfilling life. Share this video with anyone who might benefit from understanding the power of emotional detachment, and let's build a community focused on growth, peace, and emotional well-being. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay calm, stay balanced, and stay true to yourself.